everybody. Thanks for coming. I mean, it was inevitable that at least a few Soros operatives would be in the audience. Give my regards to George. Say hi to George from me. USA, 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 USA.
Once again, lots of attention on the state Supreme Court race between liberal Judge Susan Crawford from Dane County and conservative Judge Brad Schimmel from Waukesha County. And on the legal battle that is shaping up after State Attorney General Josh Kaul sued billionaire Elon Musk and his America PAC for offering money to voters who signed a petition in opposition of so-called activist judges. It all started early yesterday morning when Musk posted on X that he would be coming to Wisconsin to give a talk and give out $1 million checks to two people. That post has since been deleted. And yesterday, Musk clarified his post with a new one saying only voters who signed that petition would be invited to his event and eligible for one of those $1 million checks. He says the money is for people that he selects as spokespeople for his petition. State Attorney General Josh Kaul and a liberal law firm filed an injunction saying these payments are breaking Wisconsin's election bribery laws. Yesterday afternoon, the case got assigned to candidate Judge Susan Crawford, but she recused herself and it was reassigned to a Columbia County judge. He rejected Kaul's injunction, so Kaul immediately appealed to the state appeals court. And that brings us to this afternoon when the appeals court denied Kaul's appeal. This means Musk is allowed to offer the payments, and Musk will still have that town hall in Green Bay tomorrow night at 6:30. Both Crawford and Schimmel, who Musk has endorsed.
Boy. So we got to talk about a big story. And I cannot stress how big this story is coming out of Wisconsin, because on April 1st, they have a Supreme Court election that is set to fill the seat of retiring Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who has served for 30 years. Now, this election is pivotal because it will determine the ideological balance of the court, which currently holds a 4-3 liberal majority. Now, the candidates are Susan Crawford, a Dane County Circuit Court judge, who has identified as a liberal. Okay, she's Democrat aligned.
This is Curtis O'Brien, a convicted felon. He sexually assaulted a 5-year-old Wisconsin girl multiple times. Judge Susan Crawford could have given him 60 years in prison, but she let him walk. 2 years in prison. That's it. While his victim lives with the scars forever. She even let the predator live across the street from an elementary school. That was Crawford's choice. Another dangerous decision from Susan Crawford, putting all our kids at risk. She's just wrong for Wisconsin.
On these ads we're seeing, you referenced one. In 2020, you did sentence a child sex offender to 4 years in prison after prosecutors requested 10. Do you regret that sentence?
Yes, I don't regret that sentence.
Okay, versus Brad Schimmel, who served as a Waukesha County Circuit Court judge and attorney general for the state. He is conservative. He is Republican aligned. Now, this race is extremely important because Democrats are going to try to use this race in order to steal some House seats in Wisconsin right before the 2026 midterm election. Okay. And again, I'm stressing how important this is due to the fact that Trump voters, for whatever reason, don't like to vote, right? Unless Trump is on the ballot, right? That's why Democrats keep winning these special elections when they really shouldn't be winning, because Trump voters, for whatever reason, believe that, hey, I shouldn't vote, or I don't have to vote if Trump is not on the ballot. That's not true, okay? You have to vote. You have to continue to vote in order to help President Trump and Republicans maintain power and control, okay? Particularly in the House, okay? If we lose control of the House, there's not much that President Trump can do. It's already hard now because the majority is slim. So, again, we have to maintain our majority. In fact, we have to expand our majority. The job is not done. There's also a couple of races out in Florida for Mike Waltz's seat and Matt Gaetz' seat that he had. Republicans have to show up in those races as well, too. We need Republicans showing up and voting, right? That is what we need, because Democrats are saying out loud what they want to do, what their plans are, again, particularly when it comes to this Wisconsin Supreme Court race and why it is important. Just listen to Hakeem Jeffries.
That's a 50-50 race because we know Wisconsin's a 50-50 state.
Yeah.
And we have a strong Democratic candidate. Whoever wins is going to determine who has the majority in the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Why is that important? Because there are gerrymandered congressional lines right now in Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a 50-50 state, as I mentioned, but there are 6 Republicans and only 2 Democrats out of an 8-person delegation because the lines are broken.
Right.
And as soon as possible, we need to be able to revisit that and have fair lines. The only way for that to be even a significant possibility is if you have an enlightened Supreme Court. And so, I think that's an incredibly important race.
Yeah. So what Hakeem Jeffries is saying in plain English, so people understand, he wants to re-gerrymander the state, right? Democrats claim to be against gerrymandering, but they're only against it when it doesn't benefit them, right? But they love it when it benefits them, right? So they're trying to redraw the lines in the state, the congressional map in the state, and they need a liberal Supreme Court in order to do it, right? That is the main benefit. That, along with other state issues as well, too, that conservatives should care about, right? That is on the ballot. So with that being said, it's not just gerrymandering, which Democrats love when it benefits them, and they hate it when it benefits Republicans. Also, when it comes to this conversation about money in politics, right? Democrats love big money, okay? This is why all the billionaires gave their money to Kamala Harris, right? Instead of Trump. They love it when it benefits them, but when it benefits Republicans, now all of a sudden they're boo-hoo-whining and crying foul, which is what they did out in Wisconsin ahead of Elon Musk showing up to help Brad Schimmel in this race, right? Give him a little bit of a fundraising boost while also holding rallies and giveaways that, again, Democrats are crying foul over, right? They're now upset with Elon for trying to motivate people to get out and vote.
This is Wisconsin. There's a lot of Wisconsin pride going on, pride in their democracy. They have a high voting turnout. They love their state, and they like good governance. So what are they saying? They're saying Wisconsin is not for sale, Jen. Elon Musk has plowed $20 million into this race. It's the most expensive state judicial race in the history of America. There's an incredible candidate, Judge Crawford, who is a prosecutor, a circuit judge. She's just going along her way, a very good choice for Supreme Court, when all of a sudden, pow, in comes Elon Musk, offering $1 million checks to people. This is a state where the people own the football team, the Green Bay Packers. So they are seeing this as the people of Wisconsin versus Musk. And I have never seen such turnout. The state party chair, Ben, he has told me that of the Democratic Party, that they're actually seeing like double the turnout of this time last year in a presidential race because of people's realization that whether or not they are a Democrat, independent, or they're a moderate Republican that voted for Trump, but now see what's coming at them with Social Security and our farmers, and what's coming at them with all of these tariffs. And they're saying, enough, man. So this is a race to watch on Tuesday. Now, it is tight because I got to tell you, all that money plowed in against Judge Crawford, it's going to be tight.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that, okay? Democrats once again projecting, okay, because that's exactly what they're doing here when it comes to boohoo whining and crying about money in politics, okay? Because when it comes to their candidate, the liberal candidate, 77% of her donors come from outside of Wisconsin, compared to only 15% of Schimmel's backers. So when you talk about all the fundraising that has happened during this election, which is a lot, right? Over $100 million. It's the most expensive judicial race in U.S. history. When you look at who's actually funding the Democrats, it's the big billionaires, right? From outside of the state, right? Most of her funding is coming from people who are not in Wisconsin.
What's happened is my opponent got caught by the New York Times, of all places, with an email that went out to national billionaire donors that said, come onto a Zoom call, and we'll teach you how taking the Wisconsin Supreme Court can change 2 Republican congressional seats into Democrat congressional seats. And then earlier in the week, last week, our House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, got caught saying the same thing, that we have to win this race because we can turn these Republican congressional seats into Democrat congressional seats. That has tipped off all this money. My opponent has gotten money from all across America, and 4 out of 5 of her donors don't even live in Wisconsin.
Facts. They don't even live in Wisconsin. So again, what you have here is Democrats telling the world that they hate something that they totally love, right? Again, when it benefits them. Okay, they love outside dark billionaire money when it benefits them. And then they point the finger at Elon Musk and say, well, he bad, he terrible, he trying to buy the election. We can't allow him to buy the election. When you're allowing billionaires to buy the election on behalf of the liberal, right? Again, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. These people make me sick. They make me sick, okay? The hypocrisy never stops. It never ends. It never ends. So with that being said, they attempted to try to stop Elon Musk from handing out $1 million payments to, hey, support democracy, right? Because that's what he's doing. He's motivating people to vote. And Democrats, they tried to stop it, but yet it got denied.
On Tuesday, voters in Wisconsin will determine control of the state Supreme Court in a race that could have profound implications for voting, abortion, and even labor rights. More than 500,000 ballots have already been cast for the candidates. Conservative Waukesha County Circuit Judge Brad Schwimmel and liberal Dane County Circuit Judge Susan Crawford. Yes. Now, the election has drawn the attention of Elon Musk, who has already poured $20 million into Schimmel's campaign. Musk will hold a campaign event in Wisconsin tonight. He said he plans to give $1 million to 2 people at the event. The Wisconsin Attorney General sued to stop that giveaway, but yesterday an appeals court denied that request. In breaking moments ago, the state Attorney General has appealed that denial to the state Supreme Court. Joining us now is the chair of the Wisconsin Democratic Party, Ben Wickler. Perhaps he can explain to us why the court denied the Attorney General.
Well, it's great to be with you, Michael, this morning. This is a battle royale. This is a Susan versus Goliath story. It is a judge, public servant against the world's richest man and her henchman, Brad Schimmel. And the Attorney General Call is rightly suing about this, what looks on its face like an illegal crime, the offering of money to induce someone to vote. And there's a set of procedural things. It's now going potentially to the state Supreme Court. But it's pretty clear. If you read the statute in Wisconsin, it says you can't offer something of financial value to induce someone to vote. And Elon Musk probably realized he'd committed a crime because he deleted his first tweet and then posted a clarification. But when you rob a bank, you can't clarify afterwards that you didn't mean to rob the bank. It's still a criminal act. So what we have now really is this question of whether the world's richest man can buy our democracy, can smash the laws, be completely unaccountable. Brad Schimmel would be his partner in that operation. And that's why, while whatever happens in the courts happens, this is an emergency injunction to stop something that has not yet occurred, which would be a kind of a next phase of this criminal effort to influence an election through improper bribery. That is the name of the state statute, by the way, election bribery. That's not what we do in Wisconsin. Elon Musk should be ashamed of himself, and Brad Schimmel should be denouncing Elon Musk and telling him to get out of this race. Otherwise, he's really going along for the ride. And that's the kind of corruption we do not want to see in the Wisconsin judicial system.
Yeah. So what they don't want to see is a billionaire come into a state election and to help financially support somebody that they don't like, right? But what they do want to see and what they love and what they're actively supporting, okay, without telling you, which is that they love billionaires coming into a state election and supporting a liberal candidate, right? A Democrat candidate, right? Again, when a conservative is the beneficiary, right, of billionaire money, oh, well, that's bribery, right? It's bribery. It's illegal. Elon Musk should be locked up. When billionaires support a liberal, right, and the liberal is the benefit, oh, that's democracy, right? That's free speech, okay? That's how these people think, okay? That's what they think. And it's just hilarious to me because the Supreme Court clearly did not agree with these liberal activists because they declined the request to stop Elon Musk from holding this rally in which he gave out $1 million payments, okay, in support of democracy, right? In order to motivate people to get out and to vote against these activist judges who are currently, trying to overthrow President Trump, right? That is what Elon Musk is doing with his pack. And, Democrats can't stand the sight of Elon Musk doing this.
Hand out 2 $1 million checks in appreciation. Okay, so the first check goes to Nicholas Jacobs. All right. Now, I should say that the reason, the reason for the checks is that it's really just to get attention. It's like we need to get attention, and it's somewhat inevitably when I do these things, the sort of it causes the legacy media to like kind of lose their minds, and then they'll run it on every news channel. And I'm like, I couldn't pay them it would cost like 10 times more, or to get the kind of coverage that we get. So, all right. All right, you can just, I guess, take it if you want. we'll get. I think we'll get you a real one too. So, and then the second one is to Ekaterina Diesler. Let's see. Hopefully here. So, well, and like I said, this is just helpful for getting attention, and then like it's kind of fun to see the legacy media lose their minds over it too. So, love you too. So, yeah. So, let's see. Hello. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, so Democrats hate to see it, right? They hate to see Elon Musk once again outsmart them, right? Understand, they're not upset with money in politics. They're just upset when it benefits Republicans because they love money in politics. They love billionaire money when Democrats benefit. But when Republicans benefit, oh no, they hate it, right? We need campaign finance reform, right? We have to get billionaires out of politics. Again, it's amazing how that works. Just like gerrymandering. They love to gerrymander when it benefits them, okay? But when it doesn't benefit them, now all of a sudden, oh, they hate it, right? It's undemocratic and, yada, 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 right? It's just amazing how that works. So again, the betting markets have the liberal candidate with an 87% chance of winning, okay? And this is why it's so important to get out and vote, because right now it's not looking good. Again, mainly because Trump voters, Republicans tend not to show up when Trump is not on the ballot, right? But people got to understand that's not the end all be all, okay? If Democrats win back the House in the midterms, okay, they're going to try to impeach President Trump. We're going to be dealing with the impeachment hoax. President Trump is not going to be able to get anything done from a legislative perspective. Things are going to come to a screeching halt if Democrats win in 2026, okay? And this Supreme Court seat is very important because Democrats are trying to steal seats from Republicans via gerrymandering. This is what they're trying to do, okay, in order to flip the House. And if they flip the House, again, they can try to impeach President Trump. They can try to impeach members of his cabinet. We already know it's going to be 2 years of nothing but nonstop witch hunts against the president, and he's not going to be able to do anything. So that's why people have to understand how important this is to vote, okay? Even in these special elections, people need to vote, okay? I just did a video the other day about some amendments out in Louisiana, okay? And they all failed, right? And all of these amendments were backed by the GOP. It's like, why didn't Republicans show out and vote in a state that is primarily a Republican state, right? Because again, when Trump is not on the ballot, people tend not to show up. Okay, I understand. Everybody just voted, right, to put Trump back in office. But again, it's not enough. Okay, we still have some elections between the midterms, and people still have to stay focused and understand that we need to maintain our majority and if we lose our majority, okay, if we are not out here voting the way that we should vote, again, especially in these state and local elections, then only thing we're going to do is end up handing back power and control to Democrats, and that's the last thing that we want at this point, okay? We're just getting started, okay? We're just trying to really get into making this country great again. President Trump has done a great job when it comes to the border, the economy. He's working on that. That is a work in progress. It's going to take probably a year or two to really see the positive benefits of what President Trump is doing. So people got to understand that in order to make it happen, in order to pull this off, we have to continue to vote and to be active the same way that we were before the 2024 election. We have to continue to do that. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.